Halloween, that fun time of year when kids walk door to door to get candy in delightful costumes and we body shame the crap out of women. Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. And today we're going to talk about body shaming, generally, but also in reference to Halloween. This is started today because I saw a tweet last night that said, ladies, remember to be realistic with your Halloween costumes. Tinkerbell should not be 200 pounds. Woof. Let's unpack that a little bit. I mean, there's really, am I going to go into analyzing what this guy, because it was a guy, or at least it had the profile picture and name of a guy, what they were saying? Not really. There's not really, it's really not a ton to unpack because he sort of laid everything out. He believes that when you dress up as a fictional character, who, I might add, is in reality 6 inches tall. Maybe, I don't know how tall Tinkerbell is because she's not real. She is a digitally created cartoon. I say now digitally created. In the original Peter Pan, created by Walt Disney Company, she was hand-drawn. And she was hand-drawn to be the size of I don't even know. She wasn't real. She doesn't exist. So technically speaking, she could be anything. But let's unpack really what this guy was saying. Both the dangerous aspect of it and the benefit of the doubt version. I like to give people benefit of the doubt because there's enough hate in the world. There's enough hate in the world going around, and I think some people deserve the benefit of the doubt, which is the only way we're going to get through to this gentleman who's not going to listen to my podcast anyway. 37 of you do. And you 37, you're champions. And we thank you. So on a plain reading, and I'm a lawyer, terms like plain reading simply mean on the face of the document, on the face of the tweet. What he's saying is if you're a certain weight, you're not allowed to be certain characters. There's a whole contingent of men out there who hold these sort of standards for women. And I must ask, gentlemen, why? Why do you hold these standards for women? Now, the benefit of the doubt reading, say, interpretation of this tweet, this body-shaming tweet, would be that this gentleman wants people to focus on their health. He wants them to focus on losing weight that is contributing to negative effects on their physical health. And, even that is somewhat tricky because he doesn't know what their physical health is in a moment. He is making assumptions about their physical health, and his assumptions might or might not be backed up by data. But what he's saying is they're essentially not allowed to go out and have fun until they get into shape, which is just, as we know, a bonkers opinion to hold. Because fun is for everyone. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere at any time at all down here in the deep blue sea. That is a SpongeBob reference. I am a millennial. Get over it. Look, that's as good as a benefit of the doubt as I can give the guy, and frankly, that wasn't even a great benefit of the doubt. This is an awful, awful opinion to hold and an awful opinion to put out into the world. It's negative, 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 negative. Look, even if you are a personal trainer and you're trying to sell your services to somebody who could use your services, walking up to them, there are very few people for whom negative reinforcement works. It works for me because I'm a crazy person. Like, I don't do well when people are telling me, like, oh, yeah, you're doing good, you're doing fine. No, that doesn't work for me. Because then I don't know what I need to work on. I just don't translate it well. And it's a problem. My buddy and I, in law school, In our first year, we would go to the gym, and we discovered we worked well together because we were big proponents of negative reinforcement, both of us. If we would go work out at 6 in the morning, we would go with discipline. We would go and do all those things that, Instagram and Twitter now tell us that we need to have. But why did we do it? It would be because if we tried to skip a session, if we tried to just sleep in, we would instantaneously call the other. This was the early 2010s, so forgive me. But we would call each other little girls. We'd call each other bitch. We'd call each other other words that I won't repeat on this podcast because I'll probably get canceled by all 37 of my listeners. Please forgive me. I've grown as a person since the early 2010s. Now I'm still friends with the man because he is a good person. And, we vibe. He's a good guy. And I love him dearly. I love his wife dearly. I love his children. But we've grown as people because you're supposed to be allowed to grow as people. Regardless, the negative reinforcement worked. And more often than not, we would wake up and go to the gym and do what we set out to do. And we accomplished a lot and we got in really good shape. And when we stopped working out together because life came up and, things happen, we were just less disciplined. We just were. And I have never found a gym partner I vibe with as strongly as I vibe with him. I just haven't. And so working out on my own is what I've gone to. And as I work out on my own, I do not have positive self-talk in my head. I have talk in my head of, come on, you weakling, why can't you move this weight? And more often than not, it's effective and it works. But that tangent into negative reinforcement is more the exception than the rule. And there is no room in the world to, even in a generalized, non-specific form, tell people who are a certain weight they're not allowed to do something. Just because you hold a view of something doesn't mean somebody shouldn't be allowed to do that. This is the United States. The country was quite literally founded on the principles of people being allowed to do what they do, provided it doesn't hurt anybody. Somebody being 200 pounds in a Tinkerbell costume does not affect you in any way, shape, or form. And you know what? It brings joy into their life. They dressed up in that Tinkerbell costume because it made them feel good. And on Halloween, plenty of people dress up in costumes that don't fit who they are. Tinkerbell is a fairy. Tinkerbell, in lore, Tinkerbell is maybe 6 inches tall. Should only people who are 6 inches tall dress up as Tinkerbell? Well, then nobody would dress up as Tinkerbell. Because she doesn't exist. She's not real. If I dress up as Spider-Man, I can't shoot webs from my wrist, and I can't climb buildings with my hands. Why? Because I'm not Spider-Man. It has nothing to do with my height or my weight. I dressed up as an 80s rocker this year. I have never once been a rocker, and I wasn't alive in the 80s. Or even if I was alive in the 80s, did I play guitar in the 80s? No. Like, what are you doing, people? All this guy accomplished is outing himself as an idiot. And frankly, I think more attention has been given to content creators who bashed on this guy. I'm sure the guy has a following based on the fact that he calls out, for whatever reason, just people who are overweight in general. If you are overweight and you are looking to lose weight, do it because you decide that you are looking to get healthier, or, it's been recommended to you by a doctor or something. Don't let idiots on the internet be the ones to force you to do something. Don't always go at anything you do from a positive mindset. Don't listen to the haters on the internet. If you are 6'3" and a man and you want to dress up as Tinkerbell, go ahead. If you're 5'4" and a woman, and whatever you're doing, dress up as Tinkerbell. You want to dress up as Tinkerbell on Halloween? Go ahead. It doesn't hurt anybody. Have fun. It's Halloween. It's literally one of the holidays where you get to have fun and do silly things like that. Now, if you go into your job dressed up as Tinkerbell on the regular, then you might want to think about not doing that, but it has nothing to do with your physical characteristics. It has more to do with your professional office setting. I just don't recommend it. Anyways, I'm over my allotted time. Listen, I hope this helps somebody keep a positive attitude. Like, I don't think less of you as a person based on your physical characteristics. I also don't think more of you as a person based on your physical characteristics. But if you are seeking training, you're seeking help to get into the weight room, I recommend Form First Movement, which is a fantastic online-based health coaching, I should say. It is, full disclosure, it is run by my brother, but he is excellent at what he does. He is dedicated to his clients, and he has found a lot of success with people of all backgrounds and people of all levels of fitness. He has found success in helping people improve A to B. I recommend him. You can find him on Instagram at Form First Movement, and he'll hook you up if you connect with him. I don't have a discount code for him. I did not get paid to make this advertisement. I just wanted to say it because he is quite good at what he does. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. We're at 12 minutes. I'm sorry about that, but have a great day.